All right, guys, today's video is going to be about you having a proper sales framework that will help you save at least 25K plus every single month on deals that you may have lost or could lose if you don't fix it today. So, moving forward, we're going to start with here. Now, when it comes to this, we're going to show always the proof because I don't like talking out of my ass. I don't like faking anything. So, we're going to start with this here first. Now, when it comes to the proof, let's zoom in real quick. This is income that we made from ads. You can see the Instagram profile right here. Nothing to bullshit about. I'll screenshot from right there. That's from ads specifically. This is from helping the Brez team. You guys should know who Brez is by now. Now, when it comes to that, it's specifically on the agency side, not his program side. Mainly just on the agency side. This is what we've helped with, creating that framework for him, his sales team, anybody who's inside of it, and then me giving out example calls for taking them for them just to help them with everything we were doing. Just some more proof right here, alongside with collections that I made for them, with recordings that I gave them to allow them to improve their sales process. Now, aside from that, we're also going into Amazon FBA. It doesn't matter if you're in the ads industry, you're in the coaching industry for fitness, for Amazon, for Shopify, TikTok, whatever it is, even outside of the info space, you're going to need a sales framework. There's no reason why you shouldn't have one, whether if it's inside or outside of business, it's only going to be beneficial for you, okay? So coming into the Amazon FBA offer, this is something that I personally help with as well, closing deals on. You can see I've collected a 2K here with a 3K contracted, another deal here, 4K. This is my profile picture from that group chat. Just zoom in on it, prove that to you guys because I don't like to bullshit. Other part right here, 2.5K collected after they paid the first half earlier that day, total of 5K closed. And this framework alone for the FBA offer, I created and I gave over to one of the sales reps, a good friend of mine now, his name is Brandon. After him using it, it took him like a week or two, and after him running with the place, it sees right there for himself. You guys can pause the video, look at that later if you like. And this is another payment that I got. It's $2,500 for a 25K package for the Amazon offer that I was helping. More proof right there for you guys to check out. Now, moving forward, we also have a fitness offer. Same thing, gave out a customized framework for this guy. Not going to say who, just to keep things private. But at least for them, gave them a framework for fitness specifically. They coach people on whether it's gaining weight, losing weight, whatever it may be. This is what we made and tailored it around for. Now, made him make a copy because nobody listens. But when it comes to this, he implemented it. He closed the deal. He got a 3.6K PIF for 26 weeks of training that he sold somebody on, just based off of the framework and a couple audits here and there. And then from that, he made 11K in 10 days. So I want you guys to understand, it's not impossible. As long as you guys have a proper framework, we can move forward from there. A lot of people don't know how to have one. They think a script is a framework. It's completely not what it is. A framework is just to keep things structured so you don't have to play the guessing game in your guys' sales calls. Now, moving forward from that, again, it's just two of my bank accounts with income that I've made from these types of offers that I've helped, just so you guys don't think I'm bullshitting. All right, moving forward from that. Now, the purpose of having the framework, these are all frameworks that I've made for different offers. You can see right here, the fitness framework, framework for Brez, framework for an Amazon offer, framework for a B2B offer, framework for a real estate offer. It doesn't matter. You're always going to need one. And if you don't use one, you're only going to stress yourself out and just talk out of your ass. Now, the importance of it is when you don't have a framework, you're emotional about the call. You don't know what to talk about. So you start reacting to every objection like it's personal. You start sounding needy, uncertain, desperate. And that desperation leads to you trying to fight for the close at the end of the deal, trying to give out discounts, trying to give out these fake fast action discounts, just lowering your price just out of desperation. You don't want to do that. So before we talk about, the other options that we made a story about, sleazy sales, fake discounts, and bad pitches, you guys need to understand that without having the framework, you're always going to be guessing in every single call that you take. Guessing is only going to give you shitty closing ratios. All right. Now, step one, when it comes to having the framework, is to always have your purpose. And the purpose right here, I'm going to go over quickly with you, is you want to be able to connect at the beginning of the call and just go back and forth, back and forth. You don't want to leave room for space and quietness. So when you do this, one, remember, you're not here to kiss ass. You're not here to be best friends with these people and spend 10 minutes talking about bullshit like sports or where they're from, where you're from, if you guys are ever going to meet. 99% of the time, you aren't going to do that. So stop trying to fake it and just get to the real nitty gritty. Think about it. Your prospect is here selfishly to find a solution to their problems. They don't care about you right now. They care about themselves, their problems, and what's going on with them. That's what you're there to help them with. So they don't care about where you're from, about the weather, about your favorite sports team. So if you guys are doing that currently, just cut that shit out and move forward, okay? Step two is just going to be asking questions that are actually going to be frictionless. That's what I would say. Something quick, something smooth. How's your week going so far? If it's a Monday or Tuesday, are you off to a good start? Obviously, the week's barely getting started, so add that on just to help you guys out, okay? Step three is you want to frame the call from here to have your authority so you don't get bitched around in the call. So you also don't get controlled by your prospect. All right. So this is what I always say right here. You guys want to memorize this to the T. That way it sounds as smooth as possible. You can close your eyes, say it out loud. You can say if somebody randomly asks you, you always want to be able to just do this naturally. Because if you're reading off of this and you sound like a robot, there is no point of using it. Your tonality is everything. And you got to be able to master that in order to read off things to be able to help you moving forward in your calls. So right here, it's just like, cool, John. So here's what I want to do today. I got some info in front of me. Definitely just want to dive a little bit deeper. Really just see where you're at now, what's working, what's not. And if it makes sense, cool. I'll walk you through a tailored map that's going to help you and your situation out. Then we can go over the investment and everything after. But for any reason, if that's not the case, it's all good. I'll still make sure you understand this and give you the roadmap regardless. Cool? Cool. Then you move forward from there. Your prospect now understands the situation of the call, what's going to happen, what you guys are going to do, what will be expected towards the end. There's no guessing, and they won't have to push so much on asking for the investment up front. You guys can have a proper and productive conversation. Moving forward from that, you have step four, which is the golden question. It's an open-ended question, which is, so John, like I said, I have some info in front of me, but I'd rather hear from you directly. What's got you on the call today? How can I help? Those two questions alone will allow your prospect to just speak and give you their understanding, their story on what is going on, what bottlenecks they're having, whether it's in fitness, it's Amazon, whatever it may be. They now get to explain their situation to you. Your job is just to listen, because everything that they give you is just more information to allow you to understand their situation, collectively go better into your discovery. So now you have a great way to start off. You have the foundation based off of what they told you. Now, if they tell you jack shit, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to be serious. You're going to have to take even more control and see where to go from there. If you guys want help with that, you can DM me. For now, let's just say they give you all that information. Great. You can now move on to start step 5, which is to starting your discovery. Your discovery will be anywhere from 12 to 45 minutes. 45 minutes is if their walls are up, they're very scared, they're skeptical, or they're just somebody who talks a lot. You're going to want to, cut that down if they talk a lot. But if they are skeptical, they are scared, they are worried, great. Take your time within your discovery and dive deep in every single part within your framework. If you guys don't have a framework, just DM me framework and I'll send you one customized based off your business. Now, move into every section within the framework as best as possible. The comparison right off the bat, after you get all that information that they just told you based off that golden question, now you understand what their situation is and you can see if they're going with anybody else, if they have anybody else they've tried before in the past, if they have any other calls lined up. If they have any other calls lined up, you can challenge it. But if you're not going to challenge it, then you can at least push the call back That way you don't have to spend an hour plus going through the entire process just for them to give you a no. Remember that. Now, if they say what their situation is, they have no other calls lined up, great. You can move forward into the pain, the goals, the time, finances, partner, current situation, trust, and support. When it comes to goals, there's two types of people, 9 times out of 10. They're either going to be time motivated or financially motivated. Time motivated is just they don't have the time to do something, which is why they're looking for you, your product, your service, your offer, your program to help them gain more time back for themselves. The steps that it's going to take in order to get that, they'll be time motivated. So that's what you want to base your discovery, base your offer, base your pitch all around that. If they're financially motivated, they don't care how long it takes. They have the time to put in the dedication and the effort. Great. Now you can make it a money motivating type of factor, but there still needs to be proper reason on why they're so motivated to make that money. There can't just be the money only reason. Because if you only focus on just them wanting to make money, there's no real problem. There's no real pain that they're getting out of this call, that you're getting out of this call to properly help them moving forward. So don't forget that. When it comes to time, again, that goes alongside with the goals. If they have anything coming up, if there's anything, any emergencies, any weddings, any parties, any surgeries, whatever it's going on, you want to figure that out. Finances, whether if you're B2B, B2C, if it's B2B, just make sure that you're actually somebody who's making decisions when it comes to the finances. Some people have business partners. Some people on these calls might be the department for somebody inside that company. So you want to see who makes these types of decisions. If it's B2C, you're talking to the person directly. You want to make sure, alongside with the partner, if there's no partner, great. You want to make sure they have money set aside outside from their bills, their rent, food, things of that sort. You're not here to fuck people over and just scrape them for every dollar they have. If they have credit, great. They can utilize that. If they're not totally against it, then you can help them with that. Now, when it comes to the partner, same thing, B2B, see if they're running the business on their own or if they have a partner or multiple partners. If they have multiple partners, you can give them some information and see if they want to hop on another call. If it doesn't seem like a fit within the first 10 to 15 minutes, there's no need to push it forward. Okay. Current situation is exactly what they explained to you in the beginning, alongside with everything else you said inside of your discovery. And then you can transition that into the trust and support. The trust is just basically on if they know who you are. If not, you give an explanation on who you are, the credibility behind it. That way they don't feel so scared or skeptical. Their walls slowly come down based off of the information you give them. When it comes to support, this is what helps you transition into your pitch, because support is different for everybody. Some people probably fucking hate group calls, group programs, group anything. Some people probably love group support, group information, group calls. So you want to figure out, it doesn't matter what your offer is, just see what type of specific support they're looking for. Maybe they didn't get it before in the past with another offer. Maybe they didn't get it in the offer that somebody they had a call with. So you want to see specifically what they're looking for. When you get that, it allows you to see what's the most important thing to them based off the entire situation, based off your entire discovery. So when it comes to your pitch, you already know what your product, your program, your services are. Moving forward, you now understand what you can pick out of your services, your program, your offer, on what's going to be best for them in their situation. That will allow you to make it a lot easier for them to understand why this is going to be a great fit for them. Now you understand what to pitch and how to pitch it because you understood their situation. You set the frame properly. You have the understanding of what's going on so you can understand what they're going to need. Hopefully that helps you guys so far. Now, here's the mistake that most reps and business owners make. They think that having a framework alone means that you just become a fucking robot that just reads right off of it, and then you end up becoming a scripted closer. It's not what we're here for. The framework isn't there to make you sound fake. It's there to make sure you don't sound like every other salesperson reading from a cookie cutter phrase sheet. You find it on Google, you find it on TikTok, whatever it may be. Stop. You need to understand, yes, the framework is there for a reason. It's the structure so you understand what type of questions to ask, but each question itself is going to be different for every single person. Unless you have the same type of person coming into the calls, which is 9 times out of 10 not really going to happen so much. So you need to make sure you're listening to your prospects and you use the framework to stay structured in the questions you ask, in the type of categories you ask them in. Don't forget that. Now, the frameworks are there to give you structure, like I just said, so you don't have to talk out of your ass. You don't have to lie. You don't have to fake numbers or fake report. A lot of people I know try to become best friends with their prospects, try to be so friendly just because they don't know what to talk about the business. So they feel it's best to talk about the person, their life story, outside of what their problems are, where they're from. That's never going to help you. It's always going to bite you in the ass anyways. So the structure keeps you in place with authority and you gain trust with good intentions. Now, within this, you need to get clarity on why they're in the call, which is what happens in your intro. Understand their situation plus their story, go through your discovery, and then give them value along the way. So while you're asking all these questions, help them understand slowly how well you can help them along the process. That will help you pre-handle any problems, pre-handle objections. That way you don't have 100 coming out your way when you come to the pitch. When you do all this step by step, then you understand why I said earlier that you can create that tailored offer, solution, or program based off of your prospect situation specifically. All right. Now, when you do this properly, you have the good intentions to help. You have the understanding of their situation. You hold them accountable with the right intentions. They will thank you regardless whether if they start with you or not. That's the whole point of the call. You gave them the information. Either they don't do it or they do it. If they don't do it, you at least gave them the clarity that you said you were going to give them in the beginning. You shared the information with them. You shared how you can help them. They got what they wanted. And if they don't buy, something must have happened along the way, whether it was your pitch, they didn't see the value in what you have to offer, or they didn't feel like they were going to get the support they needed moving forward. But regardless, they will always thank you for it. Now, why do most sales reps and business owners feel sleazy in their sales? Well, it's either of these things. You either don't believe your offer yourself, you don't understand the offer if you're a sales rep, and a lot of people are always focused just on the close, just trying to fast forward the process, speed run the questions, speed run and try to qualify as fast as possible so they can get to the close. If you rush them and they feel rushed, they don't feel understood, they don't feel like you care, they're going to run faster than you can even blink. All right. Or you guys just don't want to hear the prospect out. You guys talk too fucking much. You're over explaining yourself. Let them explain to you why they need you. Stop trying to talk so much and just hear them out. Let them sell themselves to you. It's only going to benefit the both of you. They get the help they're looking for. You get to help somebody and make money from it. All right. Last reason why is you're just a shitty person overall. You don't give a fuck what it takes. You're going to close the deal no matter if it's their last dollar, it's money that they come across from inheritance, emergencies, whatever it is. You're a shitty person. You'll take anything and everything just to close the deal. If you feel like that and you still do it, you're just a shitty person. All right. Now, when you set the frame properly, you will have the authority with good intentions. You will understand your service and the offer that you have, whether it's a program or anything else, and you understand your prospect situation. Doing this allows you to have natural conviction in your tone when you're talking to your prospect. You truly believe in what you're selling. You truly believe you can help them. You're not talking out of your ass. You're not lying. So now when you believe you can help them, you believe your offer, product, or service, you can hold people accountable without feeling bad. Now, holding people accountable is what people see as pushy. And the reason why people see as pushy is two reasons. One, you're that shitty person that is taking anything and everything to get the close. That's pushy in the wrong way. Second thing is, in a perspective, is going to be the prospect. I'm like, you're too pushy. This feels salesy. If they're saying that, remember, sometimes prospects will project their insecurities onto you. So they say you're being pushy, you're being salesy. This is too much pressure. You're pressuring them. Yes, you are. You need to confront that. If you don't confront it and you hide from it, then you get emotional, you get frustrated, you get mad, you lash out, prospect ends up cussing you out. But if you confront it in a proper manner, hey, you're being pushy. Hey, you're trying to pressure me. I don't like this. I'm like, yes, I am pressuring you. Why? Because if I don't, somebody else is good. You're going to pay somebody else for 10 times less what we have to offer, and you're going to get what you pay for, and you're going to regret it. So I'm here to push you outside of your comfort zone, and you'll thank me later for it when I get you X results. Yes, I am pushing you. Yes, I am testing you. Yes, I am moving you past your limits because they only got you this far. That's what I am here for. I'm not telling you this to be comfortable. I'm telling you this so you understand that you need to get uncomfortable in order for you to keep moving forward. If not, you're just going to continue staying stuck. Okay? Moving forward from here. Let's move up here. Now, a great example of knowing your offer, I'm going to show you guys right here. This is Sam. Now, he's the owner of this jewelry store, Miami the Jeweler. This motherfucker will go and has gone to hell and back for the quality of his products. He has gone door to door for other jewelry stores asking for help, and they couldn't help him because they didn't know how to help for certain problems that he had. He's went to other businesses, bought their products, seeing how well their quality was, and it was pure shit. And he just took that. He went door to door. He bought products left and right. He went to other competitors. He's done everything just to continue to perfect his business for his customers. He wants nothing but perfection for his customers. When it comes to his customers, he is responsive. He is attentive. He is detailed. He is detailed for a reason because everybody is wanting different things. Everybody's in a different situation. He cares about what his prospects and his clients want. He's constantly giving value. He's doing TikTok lives, Instagram lives, letting people ask him questions and give him the real truth because he understands his product. He understands his service. And he is always learning to improve himself in order to improve his business. This is somebody who's dedicated to his craft. He's done anything and everything to be able to make sure whoever works with him has the best of the best. He knows he has the best of the best. He believes he has the best of the best. Why? Because he went to hell and back to figure everything out on his own to be able to provide top tier quality for anybody that comes across him. This is the perfect example of knowing your offer. So when somebody does come to him and somebody's ready to buy, he can talk with conviction. He can understand people's problems and situations. Do people need a chain? No. But he creates the urgency behind it, and he knows why people want it, how well it'll help them for whatever reason they're looking to get it for. And he believes in his product. He believes in his service, which is why he can talk with so much conviction. This is a perfect example, if you're in the jewelry industry, on how you can do so well if you know exactly what you have to offer works. If you're a good fucking person, you have good intentions, you can actually fulfill. There's nothing for you to worry about, lie about, fabricate. There's no need for any of that. Don't forget that. All right, more perfect examples. Let's go right here with Jacob. And go. So Jacob alone, he's been in the space for 8 years. For the past 8 years, he's been running ads, running Shopify stores, getting into the info space, and he has nothing but results. He has nothing but results. He doesn't stop providing that. So when people come across him, he's went through the time. He's went through the mistakes. He has good intentions. He has a good personality. He's a good fucking person. So when it comes to somebody coming across him and needing his help, his services, sometimes he even gives out a fuck ton of free value. Why? Because it's not about the money for him as much. He cares about the relationships. Him caring about the relationships has got him 10 times further in life than a quick transaction ever would. You guys need to understand, if you can build better relationships, you can build yourself up, you can build your business to have the best of the best fulfillment on whatever you offer, the money is inevitable. But so many reps, so many business owners focus so much on just the money, you ruin fucking relationships. You ruin friendships. You ruin your name. You ruin your brand. You ruin your company just because you want the quick transactions. If you focus less on that, you have the right intentions, you have results, the results will speak for itself. And nowadays, 9 times out of 10, the results are going to speak more for you than you can ever speak for yourself, and just create better relationships. You'll get sold a lot more in a good way. Don't forget that. Another one, Max. Great fucking guy. B2B offer as well. You can see right here, he has nothing but results, 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 results. All results here. Why? He has a YouTube with more results. When you come across someone like him, he's not pushing this onto people. He's just showing the results from people that work with him. He couldn't give a fuck to sell anybody that he doesn't want to work with. He has the good personality. He has the good intentions. He has a good offer. He can actually fulfill on what he offers. So he has nothing to be scared about when it comes to getting on a call. He can talk with conviction, knowing he can help the right person. And as long as that person and him can align together properly, there is nothing for him to be afraid of when it comes to pitching. He can be confident about pitching, what to pitch, how to pitch. He doesn't feel sleazy whatsoever. Another great example. Last one, Vincent Fisher. For you guys who don't know, he is in the fitness industry, coaching people how to be a coach to coach people. When it comes to that, you guys understand at this point, 2025, the info space is pretty bad right now because a lot of people are being exposed. A lot of liars are being exposed. But one of these guys, like Vincent, regardless of what's going on, regardless of what people are talking about, he has nothing but clients, 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 clients. Wins, 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 wins. Again, when you are a good person, good intentions, your product, program, or service actually fulfills, there's nothing for you to be afraid of. He's not fucking scared. There's nothing for him to be scared of. He has nothing but results from real people who got real results. He goes to meetings with them in person. He hangs out with them in person because he actually cares about the people that work with him. And when you can be somebody like that, again, your results speak for you. The sales come easier. The relationships are bigger and longer lasting, everything. You don't have to be scared. All of this comes from having a proper framework. His framework, I'm pretty sure it's like a 3-step framework. Max's framework, he has a framework. Jacob, he has a framework. These are 3 great examples. Same thing as Miami the Jeweler. They all have frameworks on what needs to get done, how to get it done. They have the authority. No one bitches them around. They know what they have to offer is quality. It can actually fulfill and leave the client happy. These are all great examples, guys. All right. So once you have the frame and you have the sleazy mindset removed, you can pitch precisely. You know exactly what to pitch somebody, what to offer somebody, because you got all the proper information, good information, not just information in general. So you can give somebody the layout of how things are going to work based off of what they wanted and needed. Okay. Now you can price drop with confidence, because a lot of business owners, sometimes sales reps, if you don't believe your offer, you don't believe what you're selling, you don't know what you're selling, this is why you don't have confidence in when you price drop. And this is why you try to give out discounts left and right. It's not going to help you. Stop trying to make a quick buck. Stop forcing the close. Understand what you're selling. Understand that you can fulfill. Understand what you are, who you are, how well you are. That way you can help anybody who comes across you. All right. And you can be proud of it. You can be proud in your pitch. You can be proud in your price drop. You can be proud of the people that you're helping based off of the person, offer, product, service you have, and who you are. Now, when it comes to pitching your offers and services, it's based on exactly what your prospect needs. You got all of it from your discovery. You got the proper information, juicy information that they were vulnerable with for you, so you can truly give them the best of the best help, the best of the best products, the best of the best quality. That is your job. So as long as you have a proper framework, you can understand what to do step by step without reading scripts. No more guessing, no more lying, no more faking shit, no more kissing ass just to close a fucking deal. All right. Now, price dropping without bullshit discounts, and why? Because these fast action discounts for the action takers, I hear a lot of these on sales calls. Like, if you pay today, it's a fast action discount. So usually it's 5K, but if you do it today, it's only 3K. You know, if you're doing something low ticket like that, great. But it doesn't really work as much because it's just a way for somebody to feel pressured into buying. And if you don't have the right intentions, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, they don't feel like they're going to get the support. That type of pitch of buy today, you get $2,000 off. You just sound like everybody else trying to get a quick money grab. It makes them want to think, talk to their partner, talk to their parents, talk to whoever, or just completely just hang up, completely leave the meeting because they don't believe you. So if you guys want to take two of these methods that I use or help other people use, it's right here. You know, the investment can be, let's just say, for example, we have an offer. It can be 2 for 6K. So you can have them pay 6K up front, and then 6K a month later, and have to pay a total of 12K. Or it's a one-time investment of 10K. Now, the reason why you do this is because it's a better way of the fast action that you're looking for. And you're helping them out either way if they do start it today. Why? Because they are now having to go all in for themselves. And if they want to save money, they have to go all in. If they want to tiptoe around, they want to be scared, that's fine. They can pay less. They can pay 6K. They get the results anyways, and they'll pay 6K later. No problem. That's if they really want to save. But if not, great. You'll get a lot more paid in fulls just with this, with the one-time investment of 10K. Why? Because they see they'll save themselves 2K. You're a good person with a good offer, good intentions. You're going to have to put their back against the wall, hold them accountable if they get shaky. If they get shaky, you help them move past that. Now their back is finally against the wall to make the investment, and they'll thank you for it because you have the good intentions. You know you can fulfill. There's nothing for you to be scared of. So why would you be scared to have somebody pay you exactly what you're worth, if not more? You know who you are. You know what you offer. Stop being scared of that. Stand on that. The other part is, if somebody, let's just say you have a 15K offer, you can have them pay $7,500 up front now. You go through the motions with them. Doesn't matter what your offer is. You do the product, offer, program, service. They make the results. They make the money. They get the goals they're looking for. Once you get them the goals, you can have them pay you the other half. Now that's just dropping your balls on the table, because now you know for a fact, there's no doubt in your mind, there's nothing for you to be scared of, that you can get these people actual results. This is a great way if you want to move forward like that. These are the two best methods when it comes to price dropping that takes away and removes the shitty process of this fast action discount. You can get higher PIFs, you get a higher close rate, and you get people who take you 10 times more seriously because they're going all the way in. They're not tiptoeing around. And if they do tiptoe around, they pay that half. At least you can get them to start, get their foot in the door, get them the results, and make them want to pay you even faster because of how well you were able to fulfill. That's pretty much everything for today, guys. If you have any questions, shoot me a DM. We'll go from there. Let me know if you guys want any more videos like this. Take care.